vinyl community, this is Tommy and welcome to another musical adventure. And you've seen this scene before. This is me early morning, Friday after Thanksgiving. I am headed out for Record Store Day, Black Friday. This is something I have not done in quite some time. I've sort of relegated myself to buying the titles that I want online. This year's list is a little something for everyone, but there is one thing, only one thing that I am after this morning, and not that I don't think I can get it online, which I probably can, and like everything else Record Store Day, for me, I tend to really get kind of knotted up about buying particular titles, and then I just see them everywhere. Now, there are a lot of first releases on this year's list, and so some stuff that I probably normally would be a little more apt to try to grab, I don't feel that sense of urgency like I normally would, and so I'm really only one title, maybe two, and it really just depends on when I get there, what the crowds are like. Another reason I've sort of stayed away from doing the in-store Record Store Day thing, and I know that a lot of you are going to say, well, that's the whole point of Record Store Day, is to get you out to go to the record store, and that's fine. I love going to the record store. I love supporting the local stores, so it's not anything to do with that. For me, it's really the crowds. I'm just not a huge fan of the crowds, and then the snatch and grab. You've heard me sort of lament this on this channel, those of you who follow, that I talk about. I don't get into the politics of Record Store Day, and that's fine. If you want to talk about that, or you've got a channel and you want to talk about, that's fine. I usually don't entertain those discussions here on my channel, because it just, like I said, I hear you and you're entitled to that. I, for one, enjoy the exclusive releases, the access, that sort of thing. That's what's getting me out this morning, which I think is the whole point. And I know a lot of record stores do specials, and they save a lot of great used stuff, the ones that participate. And I hear the gripes against it about how these titles and how the sort of setup of Record Store Day sort of kills the rest of their business. Whatever. I don't want to get into the politics of it. Let's just say I'm a fan of music, and there's records I want to buy, and I don't care how they're presented. If I want to buy them, then I'm going to make the effort and the choice to go get them, like I am this morning. Like I said, the last couple of years, it's been more about just running, just sort of hopping online and getting the titles that I want. And most of the online retailers are, I'm supporting them, and whatever. Like I said, one title I'm after this morning, I don't even want to say what it is, because I'm afraid if I say what it is and I don't get it, then it's going to be whatever. So we may not even see this video. But anyway, so here we go. Record Store Day, Black Friday 2022. We're going to see what we can get into. This is probably going to be a shorter video, just because like I said, one, maybe two titles, one in particular. We're going to see how we do. If you're out there shopping today, or have been out shopping, best of luck. I hope you get what you're after. I think that that's the whole thing with Record Store Day. There's a little something for everybody there, whether you're a hardcore metalhead or even a jazz fan. There's a little dip of everything. So best of luck, and I'm going to be checking in periodically about how the day goes. All right, so I didn't do any shooting at the store just because it was kind of an in and out thing. Rainy, not too cold. It was cold enough. But the good news is I certainly wasn't first in line. Wasn't going to be first in line. I knew that when I left this morning. But on the other hand, I was able to get in and sort of get out rather quickly. I was really worried that the crowds would be overwhelming, the lines would be way too long. But in this case, I was able to just get in there and do what I needed to do. The nice thing, even though it is sort of a free-for-all when they open the doors, I was able to, I kind of knew what I wanted and where it was. Luckily, both of the things that I was after were kind of right next to each other. That was a moment of serendipity, I suppose, but was able to just kind of reach in, grab what I wanted, and go to the checkout and get out of there. So that is the plus side of my record store day experience. So A, got what I wanted. 2, was able to get in and get out. You can't ask for a better experience than that. In a perfect world, I would have shopped a little bit, looked through the selection, but not really. So now you're wondering, what did you get? Well, let's see. We're going to get back to the music room, and I'll show you. All right, so now I'm back at home, and I wanted to show you guys what I was after for Record Store Day. I only grabbed 2 things, as I said before, but I figured what I would do is just go ahead and open them and show you guys what I got, as well as just showing it to you. The first thing was the Rubinoos. This is the second Rubinoos album, Back to the Drawing Board. This came out on Yep Rock Records, and as you can see, that it is a limited edition Ruby and Black splatter. I got the one that came out last year, the first Rubinoos record, and great power pop band. Just a record that really a lot of fun. Let's get the old knife and let's take a look at it. So this is probably going to be one of the shorter videos that I've done, but all the same, we'll fill it up with fun stuff like this, showing you guys the vinyl. Here we go. So I've got a couple of Third Man record releases that look like that. I think the last one was a yellow, just a yellow vinyl. Probably a digital cut. I'm just looking in the dead wax to see if there's any marking there, which there's not, which I kind of figured. But the big thing and the main thing that I was after was the Something Anything Todd Rundgren. This is an album that has come out on Record Store Day before, and I'm showing you guys the hype sticker. The main thing that I was after on this was because I have not bought the previous editions. I did have an original copy of this album, and for some reason I passed on the others. This is a 4-record set, and it's cut at 45 RPM, and we're going to go ahead and get this thing opened up and show you guys. But this is, from what I understand, kind of an audiophile quality mastering of this record, and I'm such a fan of this album anyway, and so I was kind of on the fence about getting it. It's supposedly limited to 3,500 copies, which again, I take that stuff with a grain of salt just because I don't trust the numbers that they tell us on Record Store Day. So it's probably something that's going to be out there for some time. I'm being very careful here with the shrink because I'm going to keep those hype stickers. But again, just an album that I really, 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 really love. And so excited to get this on the turntable. There is the original gatefold. Of course, Todd in all of his glory. Liner notes by Paul Myers, who does a Todd podcast. Let's see. Here is the booklet repro with all the original Just like a repro of the original, looks like. And then, like I said, a 4 LP set. It's in, looks like 2 gatefolds, which is pretty cool. It looks like the tape boxes from the albums. And there are other records that, or other videos probably where they show this, but it's a clear red. Record 1. So those of you that don't know this album, and I'll kind of talk about it as I'm showing it to you, this is an album I think that kind of put Todd on the map as an artist. Most of you probably know this album. It's got, you know, some very familiar Todd songs like Hello, It's Me, which he did with his original band, the Nazz. This is the sort of version that you know. I Saw the Light, which gets pretty significant airplay, and Couldn't I Just Tell You, which is a great just power pop song. Fantastic. So the problem with Todd Rundgren albums is that they tend to be really not well cut. It's these Bearsville labels that Todd crammed a lot of information on the sides of his albums, and therefore not the best sounding pressings. They tend to be kind of noisy, real tinny sounding, and so that's why I was really into trying to grab this copy. A, it's an album that I love and adore. B, it's just you know, to have a good sounding version of it just seemed like the way to go. So yeah, Something Anything by Todd Rundgren. Something Anything? So there you have it. That was my Record Store Day finds. I hope you guys are out there getting everything that your heart desires, that you're having a good day. I hope you've had a good Thanksgiving as we go into the holiday season. Happy holidays. Be sure you're subscribed to the channel, like and subscribe, all that stuff. Comment down below. What did you get for Record Store Day? Love to hear from you guys. In the meantime, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.